guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana. Thanks again for watching. I have been meaning to talk about these sunscreens for a while, and sometimes I overthink things in my head, like it has to be in this theme, it has to have this. And today I was like, you know what, I think people probably just want to know about the sunscreens versus like me having this curated video. So I thought, and let me know if you like this, but I thought it might be a good idea if I just sat down and talked about like maybe a handful of sunscreens that I've been trying, testing, but they don't fit into another video for whatever reason, and just like sit down and talk about it. Because sometimes it doesn't make sense for me to make one entire video just dedicated to one sunscreen. Other times it does. But regardless, I'm going to talk about these 4 sunscreens today. I'm not going to apply every single one to my face just because I need to get going and get ready for the day. But I will do swatches on my hand and you guys can see what the texture is like. And I will try to talk through, what I think of them and how they go on and all that stuff, right? Okay, so let's get going. Give this video a like. If you're not subscribed, please do so. That always helps my channel. And we'll get into it. Okay, the first one that I'm not going to be applying to my face is this Caudalie VinoSun Ocean Protect SPF. This is SPF 50. It comes in 1.3 fluid ounces, which is 40 milliliters, and it retails for anywhere between $16 and $25, which I actually found to be quite cheap because normally Caudalie is kind of like a luxury, very like high-end-ish type of brand. And so I was confused or like shocked in a good way that it was cheaper, and I picked this up a while back. I did get it from Care to Beauty, which is a European website that I shop off of. So I'm not sure if it's like as available in the US, but you can get it and ship it to the US. It's not that big of a deal. It's a small little package, so it has pretty much a normal amount, like 40 milliliters is a little less than normal, but again, the price is not so terrible. And it is SPF 50 plus. There's no PA rating on it, but that does mean that you're probably getting a little bit higher of UVA protection as well. And this one, they do market it as fragrance free. That's the thing that I have a hard time with, because actually part of the reason I don't love this one, I don't find it to be fragrance free. I actually find it to smell like hot garbage, putting it nicely. And this is not to say that everyone's gonna smell that. I think it's one of those things where honestly, like everyone smells it a little differently, because I've read other reviews of other products where like, I'm like, this smells amazing, it's citrusy and everything. And then somebody's saying like, it smells terrible and I can't put it on my face. So I think that's what this is. I don't love the smell of it, and it is really hard to put something on your face every single day when it smells so terrible. So I get those people that say that about other products. You just don't want to put it on your face. But otherwise, it's actually a really beautiful product and formula. I will show you a swatch of it just so you can see. First off, can you see how fluid that is? It's just running down my hand. And it rubs in invisibly and so quickly. This is exactly the type of formula that I do tend to like. I really like these fluid formulas where it goes on, you don't have to think about it, it's just on. Besides it smelling like hot garbage, I also find that it doesn't really soak into my skin. And I'm not sure if that is just because my skin type, I have more normal, sometimes oily skin, or if it's just this sunscreen. I didn't read anything on the website where it was supposed to be like this really rich, nourishing cream for dry skin people. It actually says lightweight cream. So I was very confused. I also wore this out in California where it's dry compared to where I live. Like even in this winter, it's dry out there. So I was thinking, my skin will be drier. This will be a good one. And it just sat on my face. I felt like it never rubbed in. I felt like it was very tacky. Everything that touched it stuck to it. I just didn't like it. And for me, if it's gonna be a chemical sunscreen that's easy to put on, it's gonna be one of those ones that I reach for on days where I'm not wearing anything else. But this one for me, I felt like I had to cover it with something so that it would set down. I think it's a lovely sunscreen. I think it's reasonably priced. There's so many good things about it. It's just not the one for me. So this is one of those ones that I will happily pass along to somebody else, and they'll probably get lots of great use out of. So again, I'm not saying that this is a bad sunscreen at all. It's just not my cup of tea. Let's go on to the next one. We have the Starface Clear as Day. This is an invisible sunscreen. It retails for about $24. You can find it pretty easily on Target, on their website, and a handful of other places online. This is an invisible clear sunscreen, which is very exciting. I love to see it. It's 50 milliliters, so pretty much your normal size, 1.7 ounces. and it's SPF 46, which is also great. I really like to see anything above 40. SPF 30 is okay, but I tend to feel like I'm just not getting the protection that I would like. The thing about this one that I really enjoy out of all the ones I'm going to talk about is this one is truly unscented, and it will go on clear without anything on all skin types. So I would say it's kind of just the most accessible and like less frilly than any of the others. Now, I do want to mention that I haven't had great luck with this pump top. There's nothing wrong with a pump top. I actually like really enjoy them, but for whatever reason, this one, even if I store it this way, whenever I go to pump it, it will not like work. It'll come out just the liquid, and that's not the actual texture of the sunscreen. I'll show you. I've pumped it a few times, so it should be ready. But this is the texture of the sunscreen. I put it so high up there you can barely see it, but that is the texture. The reason that I bought this sunscreen was I was testing it for my clear, like nuanced take on sunscreens, which I will post, or I will link that video here. And I thought this could be a good option. It still is a good option. It just didn't fit into that video. I think I actually got it later. And I might do a second video because I'm still testing clear ones. But this is, like I said, 100% clear, no scent. It's definitely silicone-y. You can feel and even see when you're rubbing it in. You can see like that, I don't know how to describe, but you kind of know when there's a silicone in there because it just doesn't soak in immediately. It kind of sits on your skin a little bit. And that's what I do find with this one versus like the Supergoop one or even the Thrive one, which I really ended up liking. Those kind of, they do sink in a little bit more, even though they are heavily silicone based. This one, it feels a little bit more, almost like moisturizing, kind of like the Black Girl sunscreen, the Make It Matte one, but it doesn't sink in as quickly. I haven't found it to be problematic in any way, like it doesn't pill, it doesn't do anything weird. That's not my very favorite, but I think for people who want a clear one that tend to have like drier skin, this one would be a better option for you because like I said, it's just not the first one that's going to soak into your skin, but otherwise does what it says it's going to do. Okay, the next one we have is the Thank You Farmer. This is a Korean brand. This is the Sun Project Shimmer Sun Essence. It's brightening and wrinkle care. So this one is 40 milliliters or 1.4 fluid ounces. And you can get it about $17 on Amazon. You can get it on Yes Style. You can get it on Stylevana. You can kind of get it the typical places where you pick up your Korean sunscreens. But I can also find it on Amazon pretty cheaply and quickly. This one is SPF 30. So this is the lowest out of the ones I'm reviewing today. And it's only got 2 PAs in it. So it is kind of like your more minimal sunscreen. What I do with this one though is I mix it with the not like all in, but I'll do one layer of another sunscreen and then one layer of this. That way that I'm getting one that has a higher protection like SPF 50 and then this. And then also this one it's well, like the name would suggest, it's a shimmer, but it's also kind of a like light, almost, I don't want to say champagne color, but it definitely gives you a little bit more of that like champagne light glow. So if you have darker skin, this might not be the best option for you unless that's the look you're going for, but it will definitely give you kind of like a shimmery glow to your skin. Yeah. So what I like to do with this one, as I was saying, is the K-Skin, the Glimmer, the shimmer one that they have. It's like a darker shade, kind of almost like the Supergoop Glow Screen, the darker shade. I like to use either one of those darker shades and then kind of use this as like the topper so that I have a dark layer and then a lighter layer, and it kind of evens out to be like a normal for me layer, or not layer, but tone. So you can do that, or if you have lighter skin, this would definitely be a good mix. I think this would be a good option if you have lighter skin. I do think that maybe on certain skin tones, but I do think on some darker skin tones, the tone of this being a little bit lighter won't work 100% of the time. Even for me in the summer, it's just like a little too light. So I do tend to mix it with others, but it's very nice. I have no qualms with it. If you don't like kind of like frilly grandma-y fragrance things, you might hate this one. I don't love that, but I kind of deal with it and it doesn't irritate me in any way. Also, I should mention, this one does not irritate my eyes. This one, the clear as day, does not irritate my eyes. This one though, if it gets in my eyes, it actually does burn. So I forgot to mention that. This is not I guess it's another like downside to this sunscreen and reason that I really just don't reach for it often. But the other two, I've never had any issues in my eyes. Okay, and the last, but definitely not least, one that I'm actually going to apply today, gonna put on my little headband, is the Holika Holika Aloe Soothing Essence. So this is SPF 50 plus, PA plus 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 plus. I always, I'm like, did I say it right? So 4 pluses. This is the biggest one also out of the ones that I'm reviewing. This is 70 milliliters or 2.36 fluid ounces. And it's the cheapest. It retails for like $9.50 on Amazon. I will link it below, but that's where I found it. I actually had a little bit of a hard time finding it. It was referred to me and I went on the search for it, and it was the only place I did find it in America was Amazon, which is not a problem, especially because it's quick and easy. But I'm gonna be applying this today. So as I always do, we are putting on 1/4 teaspoon. That's for your neck and face. I sometimes just do it for my face, but you know, technically it is for your neck as well. So I'm gonna apply this and you can see kind of the texture and how easy it is. We're all on. So this was obviously quite easy to put on. There's no cast. It's got a nice little glow to it, but I don't find it to be one of those ones where it's overly glowy all day. None of these I would say are that type except for this, and I don't think it's necessarily that it's so glowy, but it's just like sits on your skin. The others all absorb. I wouldn't say I would go to any of them for like if I need that moisture and I need that extra dose of glow. I have plenty of other sunscreens that are kind of better suited for that. But this one is just a great overall sunscreen that just is so easy. And did I mention that it's waterproof? Because it's waterproof. The one downside, and this depends on the person, but it is scented and it's kind of like this, I guess like aloe. I think that's supposed to be what it is. To me, it feels very light. The scent's not overwhelming. I don't mind it. It doesn't irritate me. It doesn't irritate my eyes without the scent or no scent. It's just one of those sunscreens that I reach for on days where I know, it's just one of those sunscreens that I reach for on days where I just need something on my face. I'm probably not gonna wear much makeup over it. Easy to throw on, not think about also getting high protection. So I would say out of the bunch, this would be the one that I would repurchase. The others, I can find another one that does the job. Like this one, I would probably just go with the Supergoop instead. This one, I also have the glow screen from Supergoop, which is interesting because I didn't used to love all Supergoop things, but both of those I would probably replace with the other. And then I have a million just regular chemical sunscreens that I like more than this. But this one I do find to be unique in this little test case. And so I would repurchase, especially because it is so cheap and you get so much of it. So I like that I just end up leaving this headband on. You know, it's the way I roll. So I hope you enjoyed this style. I think I will do more of them. I just think it's a good way of me not overthinking like, what do I need to put in the video? What sunscreens are in a group? And I just get out more content for you guys, and you guys actually see some sunscreen that otherwise may go under the radar. So I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a big old like if you did, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.